What's up, everyone? This is El Destroyer 229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. Last time, quite a lot happened. We saw someone who was suffering under Kamoshida take matters into her own hands. And after seeing that, we, alongside Ryuji, decided to follow up on Morgana's invitation in order to steal the treasure within Kamoshida's palace. We started to make our way through, but when we began, Aunt Takamaki followed us into the palace. And then when we tried to send her back, she went, I'm gonna explore on my own, and accidentally came back in and got herself captured. It wasn't all bad because now she has a persona, Carmen. Now the four of us are determined to do this job in order to steal Kamoshida's heart and change his distorted desires. Although, Morgana has also found his way into the real world and will be crashing with us for, well, the foreseeable future. In this episode, it is rather late, so there's not really anything else that we can do this evening.
Well then.
So we'll do as the cat says and get some sleep. Day moves on to Saturday.
Oh.
Now, what Morgana says is very interesting, although I think we're going to be prompted into more plot-related stuff, so we'll get more into that when I got a spare moment.
Cool.
Self-cut out this commentary portion of this dialogue sequence.
I see.
Yeah, that's what the boss said. What's your point, Morgana? Oh, in case we get beat up? That's not a bad idea. need to think of a plan in order to take down Kamoshida. That palace isn't going to be easy to infiltrate, so I just gotta move on that as soon as we can. Plus, we have a deadline. We really need to get on that. Yes, sir? Oh! Ow! Yeah, so if you don't manage to get a question right, at least from this teacher, that can happen. And in order to actively dodge the piece of chalk, you need to have a high enough proficiency. And then An puts her phone away.
Yo, I've been waiting.
Now then.
Hey.
Okay.
Morgana, what business?
Let's go.
Okay.
I've got a good idea.
Oh, yeah. Right, the doctor with the punk clothes. Okay, now since I finally have a free moment, I can talk about what happened on the train. So, occasionally, whenever you are sitting on a train, you will be able to get a seat in order to do some extra reading. So if you have any books that you want to read, it's essentially an extra action for the day in order to read a book. I'll explain exactly how books work at a later point when we actually get them, but know that they don't quite work the same as they do in Persona 4. At least the original Persona 4. Well, thankfully, we have actually gone over to this health clinic before when we were looking for Sojiro's house. And that would be right here.
Okay.
Much of a bad idea as it is, they're not going to give us anything if we're not sick. So we'll just have to make something up. Alright, this seems to be the place.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, we saw each other the other day at LeBlanc. Body's been feeling pretty lethargic lately. I was wondering if I maybe came down with something.
Please head to the exam room. Really?
Okay. Whichever, it doesn't matter. Maybe it does matter then.
What does this mean?
Alright, yeah, you caught me.
Really?
You have no idea. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that will really help. Thank you, Doctor.
Yep. That's fine, I guess. Okay. Which one?
So, this is how we go and buy medicine. So there are a few different shops that we can head to in the game in order to buy any sort of equipment. And this is our general store, for lack of a better word. Here at Takemi Medical Clinic, we can buy any sort of recovery items. So you see, like, this recover 50 milligrams recovers 50 HP. 100 HP. This one, as it says, cures burn, freeze, or shock. So any status ailments that would be inflicted from various elements. Relax gel, which recovers different types of status ailments. Rage, which basically forces someone into doing normal attacks, which do more damage, but also lowers their defense. Despair, which means that they won't do anything, they'll lose HP, and then eventually they will just die. That one's a pretty nasty status ailment. Brainwash, which is basically like being charmed. Fear, which sometimes prevents a party member from actually attacking. And then Confusion, which also... yeah, some of these status ailments are a little bit redundant, but still, you get the idea of what types of things that these items heal. Then you have Dizzy, Forget, and Sleep, and Hunger. So Dizzy means that you're knocked out for a turn. Forget means that you are sealed. Sleep means you can't do anything, although you do still recover SP, but you'll wake up once you suffer an attack. And then Hunger, which greatly lowers your physical attack, and I believe also lowers your SP every turn. This one basically acts like a revival bead in previous games. A party member can come back with 50 HP. And then Healing 4, which recovers half of the HP to every single ally, even those that aren't currently in your party. However, you can only use these in safe rooms. Now, this isn't the only thing that the medical clinic has. As we progress further in the game, we will get access to more and better healing items, and even some accessories that have healing benefits. So, this is definitely going to be a place to come back to later. I don't think there's really anything that we need to purchase now. I think we're actually good in that department. So I'm going to say no to buying anything. Crap.
Man.
Yeah, that was way too close. Yeah, experimental drugs and a super stimulant? If it's as potent as what that guy was accusing it of, that might be helpful in the palace.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Oh. Why can't you do it by yourself? That completely dodged the question.
I see.
And if it's as realistic as that gun Ryuji got, that would work perfectly for the palace. Yeah, it's getting late. We don't want to keep the boss waiting.
Okay.
Got it. So yeah, now we have a place in which we can buy medicine, and we also heard very interesting information. So it might be in our best interest to head back to that Takemi Medical Clinic sometime soon. But soon will not be tomorrow because we have other business to attend to.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's Sunday. Be nice to get a day off from school.
Sup? Let's go.
And now we're actually going to be able to explore Shibuya a little bit.
Please consider what I have to say.
Alright. So now we head on off to Shibuya proper.
Let's go.
Okay, so now we can actually kind of look around, although... well, we won't be able to really head into any areas, and I'm not sure if the game will, like, stop us from actually progressing further than where the shop is. So, we'll go over all these other stuff that's... all these other stuff. Yes, because English! We'll go over all of these shops at another point when we don't have other business to attend to. But do know that there is a lot that we can do in Shibuya. Sorry, not interested. Alright. Yeesh, that seems sketchy as hell. Yeah, I know the guy. Alright, is this it, Ryuji? Legit? Dude, this is sketchy as hell. This is the place. Well, Morgana did. Well, let's ask. We're not gonna get anywhere if we don't... well, at least inquire.
Huh?
Yeah. Dude, do you not even know what an automatic gun is? Oh my gosh, Ryuji.
What?
Yeah, I'm looking for something that looks authentic, something that looks real.
Whoa!
That's just common sense. Don't worry, we'll be careful.
Look.
Hint, hint. That went better than expected. Dude, we don't need to be fancy, we just need to be functional.
Yeah!
Okay. And we get, dang, 5,000 yen. Blackout. Well, just like with Takemi's clinic, it has to go immediately from a cutscene to the actual shop. So this is our weapon shop. Airsoft Shop Untouchable. So this is where we go to buy any sort of weapons, armors, and other types of accessories, as well as our place to sell items. So anything that we get in a palace, or even just random stuff that we have that we no longer need, we can just go here in order to sell them. Although it doesn't seem like we can actually sell, like, crafting material, so I think I was mistaken on that. But this is where we go if we wanted to, you know, just loan off some things that we don't really need. But we can also just buy other crap. So we'll start with melee weapons. So we have the Blitz Dagger, which has lower accuracy and lower attack power, but has a chance to passively freeze an enemy. As well as a Kukri Dagger, which just is a better attack by 10 as well. And yes, you can hit the square button in order to compare what you're looking at to what you currently have equipped. Ryuji, who has basically rods, he has access to a mace and the Hell Slugger. Hell Slugger might not actually be bad considering how much extra attack power it is, but it is pretty expensive compared to how much money we have. Morgana has access to curved swords, so right now he has the bandit sword, but we can also get him a falchion. Not too bad, a little extra attack power. And then On has access to whips. So we could get her the Heat Whip, which has a passive chance to burn an enemy, and the Fundo Kusari, which is a pretty decent boost to, actually that's a really good boost to her attack power, and slightly more accurate. So some pretty nice stuff that we could potentially get.
Alright.
In terms of
All right,
guns, we've already seen what we can use, and that is basically having access to pistols. Or handguns, really. And you can also see just how much of a boost of attack power, how accurate the gun is, as well as how many rounds are in its clip. So different guns, even of the same type, can have different clip sizes. So if we wanted to get Governance, it would be overall slightly more powerful, and quite a bit more accurate. I usually don't get too many guns, all things considered, simply because of the way that I utilize guns. Not necessarily to deal a lot of damage, but usually just to knock down enemies. So very often, like, I'll usually only prioritize having as high accuracy on guns as I can. But we've actually got a spare Chekhov gun, probably because of the one that Ryuji gave us for plot purposes, and then the game just gave us one. Let's see. Ryuji has access to shotguns. So, pretty powerful, but a lot fewer clips. There's Grinali M3, which is quite a bit more accurate, but is pretty much just a double-barrel shotgun, as opposed to actually holding 4 rounds. Well, actually, yeah, that makes sense. Oops,
good.
Didn't mean to do that. Morgana, of course, has access to slingshots. So we can just see how much the sling bow can do. Not really too much different, although highly accurate. That might be something to pick up. And then Anna has access to machine guns. So she has access to Sturridge, quite a lot higher attack power, a lot higher accuracy. Jeez, her default machine gun has piss poor accuracy. And then a Tommy gun, which is more accurate, or more powerful, but slightly less accurate than the Sturridge. Next we have armor.
All right, which one?
So we have quite a few different pieces of armor, and there are also specific types. When you see this type of symbol, that means that any character can use that armor. Or at the very least, any human character can use that armor. So we have the padded shirt, which can increase our endurance by 2, which is basically our defense, but also lowers our evasion. Shoulder pads, which are the same evasion as what we have now, but gives us a little bit more defense, as well as add to agility, which would be, you know, general evasion. The Lynx camo vest, which resists sleep, which isn't really all that great, all things considered. And then Burn Tech, which actually increases our evasion, grants us resistance to freezing, and also boosts our defense quite a bit. Morgana has access to his own armors. So anything that a normal human character can wear, Morgana can't. You have to have specific armor for him. So we have the silk scarf as well as the cat sweater. Unfortunately, Morgana doesn't really have, well, I mean, we all have some pretty crappy defense considering that's just what the default is. And then in addition to having the Lynx camo vest and the padded shirt, she has access to other types of armor, specifically the battle camisole and the magic camisole. So, that magic camisole is actually not that bad, especially considering how On plays. Since she is a lot more of a magic type user, that might actually be helpful. But again, we don't exactly have that much money to spare. And then finally we have accessories. So these can be equipped to anyone at any time. So we have the Chakra Choker and the Breath Sash, which grants plus 10 HP and plus 10 SP. Overall, not really all that great, but they're there if you want them.
Okay.
So I am going to go ahead and... Oh wait, do I actually... Oh no, I have the silver dagger, so I don't actually need this rebel knife anymore.
I guess that's fine.
And then I don't need the spare Chekhov gun.
You should be grateful.
So now we're at about 11,000 yen. Now that we've actually seen what this store has...
All right, which one?
What I'll probably want to do is focus on defense, especially for my character. We will be able to find different, like, armor and weapons in a palace, specifically from chests. So it's not like we won't be able to find anything, but, as much as I want to get something, I think I will just leave leave it here. I won't buy anything. We don't necessarily need anything at the moment. So we'll just hold on to our money for now.
Come again.
Alright, that I think will do it.
Hmm?
You got it. So yeah, we are going to be in charge of providing weapons and armor to our party members. They won't be doing the shopping on their own.
You here? Jeez.
So, how's business? Is that some sort of motto of yours, boss? Yeah, good point. You got it, boss. Oh. I doubt she's out of her coma, but I figured it'd be polite to ask. Oh, that's at least good to hear. I'm sure everything will be all right. Damn straight.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, well that will prompt us into the next day, but we are going to go ahead and call it a day here. We got quite a bit done, even though we didn't actually, purchase anything. We at least now have access to two very important shops. Takemi Medical Clinic and Airsoft, the weapon shop. So, we'll be able to supply for any sort of palace infiltration by heading to those shops. And now's about as good a time as any to call it a day. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 5. We'll clean off our desk and learn about how to use these infiltration tools. And we'll be able to go wherever the heck we want. We will have full reign starting tomorrow in order to spend our time preparing and eventually infiltrating the palace. So, hooray for freedom! Sort of. Freedom in terms of gameplay, not exactly in terms of story. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and do just that and then prepare even more for the upcoming trip to the palace. So until next time, everyone, take care.